In video 9, we are going to be making a histogram for years on job. If you do not have 2016 on your computer, I would highly encourage you to come to school and use one of the school computers. It is so much easier to make a histogram in 2016. If you cannot come to school, look in the archive videos on D2L and you will find how to do it in an older version. For this version, let's just highlight our data and then go to Insert and over to Charts. You have lots of choices, but the one you want is this one, Insert Statistic Chart. Click the down arrow and notice this is where you can do a histogram and box plots. So let's click on Histogram. This is a really ugly histogram. It only has 4 bins. That's not enough to define a distribution. To get more bins, you will click on these numbers for the horizontal axis tick marks till it's highlighted. Then you will right click and click on Format Axis, and over here you see that you come up with some choices. You have a choice for number of bins. Let's click on number of bins and go to 5 and see what it looks like. You fill in 5 and press enter. It's looking better, but it still doesn't look good. 6 to 8 is usually a good number. Sometimes it will take more, sometimes it will take less. If you're working with GPA, you want to define A, B, C, D, F. So 5 bins would be a good number. Whatever the grade point average is, from 90 to 100, 80 to 89, and so on. 5 is not enough once again, so let's try 6. That looks much better. You can see the mode, you can see that things are looking pretty good. I personally do not like these little white spaces. We can get rid of those. Click on the bins and go to the paint can and go to border. I like the definition that a black border on these gives you. I'm going to click on solid line, and under color I'm going to select black. But what that does is it gives me really thick black lines, and I think I would rather have thinner black lines. So let's get this back again. And here where it says width is 0.75, I'm going to go to 0.25. And that looks much better. Look at this. This is really messy. You can't even really tell what's going on. There's several ways you can fix this, but the easiest way is to actually go back to years on job, highlight it, and then reduce the decimal places. 1 decimal place is enough. As you change them over here, it changes here. If you want to change the color of the bins, you simply go back to the paint can and go to fill and choose your color. Let's say solid fill, and I want red ones instead of blue ones. I can get red ones. I'll leave it that way. Now we need to have a title, and we also need to have labels for the axes. You click on your graphic and go to Design, and where it says Add Chart Elements, you want to add your axes titles. Now we can add the titles. Let's do that. This one is, I think, figure 3. We've done a pie chart and a bar chart. Here we have the completed histogram. Notice the title includes the figure number and what this is about and the number of observations. And below the horizontal axis I have years on job, and then beside the vertical axis I have frequency. You could have counts, or if you're doing one with percentages, you would have percent. The one thing I want you to notice with these histograms is the way the numbers or the tick marks are delineated. They go from 0.1 to 2.9, but notice that these are in closed brackets, which includes both. But here it doesn't include the 2.9. Remember the open parentheses from your college algebra or even high school algebra, where the parentheses means you don't include the number, but the bracket means you do include the number. So that means this bin starts at 0 and ends at 2.9 inclusively. This one starts at 2.9 but doesn't include 2.9, but then goes all the way to 5.7 and includes 5.7. So make sure you understand how to read this. One last thing we need to do is copy this into our Word document. I will click on it, right click, and copy. Then I will go to the Word document and get just below the descriptive statistics and paste. It's not anywhere I can see it. That's because there's not enough room below this to put the histogram. I can resize it, and I could probably make it small enough if I wanted to get it on the other page, but then it would not be easy to read. This completes the video for how to make a histogram.